I want to ask this question. Yes, is a very important and a penitent question, which, if you have the answer, you will now begin to understand me from that very point of view. The question is, why do we make laws and why do we have laws? Whether you know the answer or not, I am here to speak on that. We make laws and we have laws justice, because of justice. And the reason why somebody like me is coming out, taking my time to do this, is based on the fact that if you are unable to stand for justice today, you yourself will definitely be faced with injustice tomorrow, and nobody will stand for you. Nobody will be there for you. Because when you saw that injustice at the tender age where you saw it, you refused to speak up. Why? Because you felt it doesn't concern you, it's none of your business. You choose to go your way, walk away, turn a blind eye over it, over that injustice that is being meted to another person. But believe you me, what goes around comes around, as they said, which I believe. One day, you yourself will be faced with injustice, and there will be no one to stand for you or by you. Yes. I am saying this because of the type of things that have been going on in Nigeria, the kind of news that you hear every day, annoying news in the internet concerning the country called Nigeria in this 21st century. I know that there is crime everywhere in the world, but that of Nigeria is so pronounced that you can even touch it. You can touch the crime in Nigeria. Now, federal government have come to tell Nigerians that they have started selling a bag of rice, I think 50 kg bag of rice for 40,000 naira. Can you imagine that? Please, if I may ask, where will the Nigerians go to buy this rice at the rate of 40,000? Where? Now, is it not to set Nigerians up, set them up against themselves? Because somebody will go to market, hearing this news, somebody will rush into the market with 40,000 naira to buy a bag of rice from somebody who bought that rice above 40,000. I mean, cost price is already above 40,000, and somebody will now go with 40,000 naira to buy it. How can the seller sell it to him? And the argument will be, federal government have reduced the price. The federal government have now told us that the price of rice now is 40,000 naira. You have just succeeded in setting the masses up against themselves. Why all this propaganda? Why all these lies? Why do you politicians take pleasure in inflicting pains on the masses of the country where you claim to be their leader? Tell me. Look at the announcement of the, the youth corpers Alawi increase. All was just a social media lie. I'm not going to ask when will all these things stop, because it is not going to stop. But I have a worry. I have something that is so much, you know, uh, grievously disturbing me. What is that? That thing that is disturbing me is the understanding of the youth of this 21st century. They are not critical thinkers. They are so myopic. They are so myopic in the sense that in the midst of all these shenanigans, what they will do is to come to the social media and engage themselves in a tribal verbal war. If it is not Igbo man that did this, it's a Yoruba man that did that, it's an Hausa man that did this, just like that. Giving these rogues, these criminals and politics, giving them the ground to deal with you more and more. Now tell me, how can a country like this move forward? Remember, even before the last protest that the youth had, I said it that stop disturbing yourself. You should stop disturbing yourself. That your protest can never change anything. It has never worked in Nigeria and will never work. Now look at it today. A price, a pump price, a liter of petroleum PMS fuel, also known as fuel, in Nigeria now is 1,030 naira, depends on the area where you are. Because what is being sold, the price that is being sold in Abuja is not the same price as in being sold in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, Owerri, Aba, and all the rest of them. All these geopolitical zones have their different pump prices. Tell me. Now, what is going to be the fate of the masses who are going to go into, look at, see it this way, see it at this point of view now, from this point of view rather, it is difficult for the federal government to increase the salary of the work of Nigerian workers. But it is very easy for them to increase every other thing that will benefit them. The taxes, all other things that they will benefit from. Impoverishing the masses more. The price of things in the market will keep skyrocketing. But these civil servants, these government workers, these workers in Nigeria cannot have enough money to take care of themselves, to purchase all these things, to get these things, to live a good and a normal life. Tell me, where is a country like this headed? Where is a country like this headed? Where is it going to? It's a problem. And again, the youths in question are not helping themselves at all. They are not. How do I mean? Tell me where, though all these things are being caused by your so-called leaders, I know, there's no two ways about that. I know that is true. But in Nigeria, I think it's the only country where people that are doing legit jobs to fend for themselves, to take care of themselves, are being mocked at. They are being laughed at. For example, somebody who is a mechanic is a common mechanic. Somebody who is a carpenter or a furniture maker is a common carpenter. All these other, handworks are common. People that do them are common. Then what is not common is when you are a politician stealing money. That one is not common. Then you will now be addressed as honorable. You will now be seen as an elite. And that is why a whole lot of youth today have joined Yahoo, because they want to be counted. They want to be recognized in the society as men and women that are happening, that are making things happen. Societal decay, serious societal decay. Are we forgetting that there are generations unborn that will come to meet this rubbish? Every country of the world make budget, make plans that will affect the next generation. But what do you see in Nigeria? Have Nigerian government at any time, no matter who is on seat, have Nigerian government at any time make any budget or have any plan that will outlive them? What they leave when they are leaving office, what they leave behind for Nigerians is sorrow, pain, anguish. And that is why in Nigerian system of government, predecessor is always better than the successor. It has become a norm. Now take a look at this. If not of this nonsense, what will make a little boy, a small boy that is not even up to 17 years, got himself involved in unaliving his fellow human being just to take away his or her kidney? To do what? To sell. For how much? Very ridiculous. To sell for how much? 25,000 naira. 25,000 naira. And that is why those of you Nigerians, which I regard as bunch of idiots with no apologies, that will come in the social media and begin to talk about tribes. You are a bunch of idiots. And let me tell you, no matter where you are, in Europe, America, Canada, UK, Australia, wherever you are, and you are the one fanning the ember of tribalistic war in Nigeria, believe you me, take today's date, Nigeria must happen to you and your family. Nigeria must happen to you and your family. Whatever thing that is going on in Nigeria today, if it is good, may it happen to you and your family. But if it is bad, may you and your family also experience it. May it become the portion of you and your family. Because instead of you to come to the social media and condemn and talk about the evil that is going on in Nigeria being perpetrated by your so-called politicians, you are busy defending them, talking about tribe. Ndị Igbo did this. Ndị Igbo did that. Yoruba did this. Yoruba did that. Listen to me. Is it not crystal clear now to everybody what Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been talking about? Is it not clear now? It's just that you are so engrossed in lies and stupidity that you are now finding it difficult to see the truth, even when the truth is standing before you like like Mount Everest. You can't see it anymore because you have been engrossed in that circle of lies. You have been baptized with it. You live with it. You eat it. You drink it. You sleep with it. And that is why your brain can never grow beyond your idiotic reasoning. And that's the only thing that will give you the energy, the strength to come to the social media and begin to, uh, you know, whether you call it chasing clouds or catching crews with issues like being tribalistic. Tell me, in a country where a little boy that is not up to 17 years will get himself involved in that. Yes, he want to meet up. He want to start making it early. But how much is he being paid? 25,000 naira for one kidney. My God. That is the only reason why a fellow human being's life could be taken. That's the only thing that could make him unalive his fellow human being. Look at a society like that. Where else do you hear things like that happening in this 21st century, in this world? Yes, when I started this thing, I came up with two issues to discuss, which was one, can Nigeria be fixed? And second one was the moral decadence in our society, the societal decay. Look at it. Today, parents doesn't have power over their children anymore. It is now the children that controls their parents. It is now the children that tells their parents what they will do, and not the other way around anymore. Mgbe ụwa. When things were the way it ought to be, parents control their children. Parents teach their children morals. Parents educate themselves in the fundamental truth of life, not about the one they go to school to learn in the Western education. No. The morality, good moral upbringing was the foundation of every child in those days. And that is why there are things you will tell a child to do when he finds himself in the environment that is not within the confine of his parents. He will say, "No, in our family, in our place, we don't do something like this. No, can't do it. I'm not going to do it. No, 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 no. It's an abomination." But today, who cares? Nothing is an abomination anymore. And that brings me to the issue of the church, which I am not ready to talk about today. But let me just kind of make a passerby statement. I think in Nigeria is where we have the highest number of churches, the highest number of worshippers, Christian worshippers in Nigeria. Nigeria is supposed to be a holy land now, but today, what do we see? Nigeria is the most corrupt country. Where are these corrupt people? Where do they come from? Don't they go to church? Don't they go to mosque? Don't they? You have the greatest percentage of Christians and Muslims in Nigeria. In fact, if you talk about traditional worshippers, I think that will be like about 1%. They are so insignificant that they are not even noticed. But look at, it's either you are preaching Christ or you're preaching Muhammad. But in that same country is where you have the highest crime and the highest evil going on. Is it not obvious? Did you not know now that kidnapping is a business? But before I talk about this kidnapping stuff, back to that case of the boy that was arrested, that is not up to 17 years, that involved himself in unaliving people because of their kidney. If you trace who is the sponsor, who is sending them, investigate it. The last bus stop will be on a politician. Quote me, the last bus stop will be on a politician. Yes. Where do you have the highest criminals in Nigeria today? Where you have the highest criminals in Nigeria today is in the so-called law enforcement agencies. That is where you have the highest criminals. In the so-called in law enforcement agencies, police, EFCC, military, customs, what have you. Look at what is going on. Look at the shameful thing that is going on between the one they call, I don't even want to talk about those things, the one they call Bobrisky, Femi Falana and the very black dark man. I thank God for that young man. Thank God for the very black dark man. Yes. If all the youths, or if 50%, if 30% of the youth in Nigeria will be like that young man, Nigeria will change. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. Nigeria will change. All these politicians, they will run away. There will be sanity. There will be sanity. You can imagine a law enforcement a law enforcement agent committing crime openly, and he or she is proud of it, telling you that nothing will happen, that you can go to hell and burn to ashes, that nothing will happen. And of a truth, nothing will happen. Do you know why? Because the corruption is from the head. It's from the head. And those of them that do all these extortions, they do returns, they make account. Yes, so Nami talk am and so it be. My people, I don't know the for I don't know the area you are hearing me from all over the world. But I want to tell you in summary that those of you that are in diaspora and you involve yourself in this tribalistic nonsense, you better retrace your steps. You better do that, because if you don't, Nigeria will happen to you and your family. You better retrace your steps and begin to talk about the injustice that is being meted on Nigerians by the politicians in Nigeria. Else, one day, that same injustice will catch up with you, and nobody, no one, I mean, no one, not even God, will stand by you or for you. Thank you. May God bless you. Like, share, and comment. I want I want really know your opinion on this. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay safe until I come your way again. Bye.